Thank you for joining us today. We're talking about the movie Divine Influencer. It's directed by Shari Rigby, and it stars Lara Silva. You'll know her from The Chosen, and she thinks she's influencing people in a good way. But we're going to talk today about the movie and about the theme, finding your purpose in life.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And I'm so excited to share with y'all Divine Influencer. And I really think that finding that true purpose is specifically to watch this movie is to say, just like scripturally, biblically, it says, that what are two commandments? One, love thy God with all your heart, first and foremost. And then second, it's others, serving others, loving others. And so we really wanted to stay the course with that message in this. And so when we wanted to do it through Liv Golden, this modern day character, who really was tackling it from a perspective that we're all dealing with on all ages, is this social media thing that influences our culture second by second and the generations. And so we really believe that if we could take this fun, loving character that people would fall in love with, and the message of her, we could take her from riches to rags, the reverse, riches to rags, where she ends up in a homeless shelter and discovers that true influence actually comes from serving others. And through that journey, she also is so influenced by the power of the stories of the people that she encounters there, that's really what also inspires her to continue to influence and really share about where she's at and who she's serving.
It's a nice coat.
Oh, thank you. It's so me, right?
Could you spare some change?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm exclusively a plastic-only girl. Okay. But I do have... this. Fortune for me and the cookie for you. Here. True influence comes from serving others. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Right away, we see that Liv is posing for pictures and she's having this feeling of entitlement. And then in her own words, I've made one little mistake and then I get fired. I can't believe it. Talk about the themes of not taking responsibility for our actions. We hear in the book of Luke 12:48, too much is given, much is required. Shari, can you kind of talk about how does that relate, those themes, how do they relate to the character Liv in this story?
I think this movie is a perfect example of that. Here's this young lady that really doesn't understand maybe even what that means in the beginning, but she comes to find that out, that she's been given much. She's been given a platform. She's been given incredible parents. She's been given friends, and she's been given a second chance. And the second chance is very powerful to teach her about how to be a better person, how to really experience the Lord so that he sees her, and how can she serve him. And through serving him, she ends up serving other people. And then at the end of the movie, you really start to see, well, wait a minute. God didn't take away her platform. He didn't take away her sphere of influence. He just gave her an opportunity to do it better and to do it for him and not for herself.
We feel the best way to teach you responsibility, be your own woman, is to push you out of the nest and make you fly solo.
But
we're cutting you off financially.
no.
Liv believes she's influencing people in a good way, but she's going to meet a guy who really understands marketing, Andrew Geller, and he talks to her about the branding process. Who are the influencers in your life and also in Liv's life?
I have some incredible people who influence my life. And I know this is probably going to sound like everybody says this, but, if I didn't get up every day and get into my Bible and start, asking the Lord to show me some wisdom and discernment and forgive me for whatever is going on or what, first and foremost, that influence is so important to me in my life every day. My husband, my kids, they all influence me. I have to tell you, women, I have a ministry called the Women in My World. And, God called me to serve women, but I'll tell you what, those women serve me. They teach me all the time. They sharpen me. They really impact my life to be a better person. And really there's so often to go, even financially or whatever it is in time, is to give it all away, remember the one, go after them and serve them. And I also have to say, on the career side, people who have really poured into me in my career, the Kendrick brothers constantly have poured into me. I just came off their last movie. I was an associate producer. I've done 3 movies with them now. They're constantly encouraging me, lifting me up, empowering me, and pouring into me. And you know, that's something that you want, and challenging me to be a better storyteller, but most of all, be a better person to serve Christ first and others, just like this movie does. So those are the kind of people you need to surround yourself with.
Harvest Rescue Mission, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to see Ryan.
Who is she?
It's Liv. She's an acquaintance from high school. Why don't you grab some food?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Come on in. I'm glad you made it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Interesting outfit choice.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what? You kind of look like our old high school strange lunch lady.
So Divine Influencer is the name of the movie. And we see that it's linked with our world of increased screen time that consumes a lot of our lives. The way the film screen is sometimes full of chatting with Liv, where she's on her phone, or she talks sometimes directly to the camera, seems to work really well. I like that. Can you talk to how does the idea of being self-centered versus serving others, how does that play out in the story Divine Influencer?
And so what we really wanted to do with Liv Golden is we wanted to challenge her, and we wanted people who watch this movie to be challenged as well. And so with Liv Golden's character, one of my favorite, scenes is where Liv Golden's lost everything. She ends up with her best friend, KK. They're sitting across from one another, and Liv Golden says, I don't know how to do anything else. I'm only an influencer. And her friend challenges her and says, then do it better, influence better. And so you see her then from that moment kind of go on this journey, and all the people that she's meeting are really challenging her to serve better, to be a better person. And she doesn't really get that full idea or that image, or I think even kind of the light goes on until she actually sees and encounters Chef Zara, who says, I had it all and I gave it up, because I realized what true joy was here and being here and serving these people, and the joy that she felt from that, and the encounter with Charles and Flora and these people's stories. And so when she comes back around and you see Liv at the end of the movie, she's not now just about serving others and what is her favorite outfit or her favorite restaurant or what she thinks service looks like. She's literally serving them, the community, the homeless shelter, the people that have empowered her. And there's a sweet message at the end of the movie that she starts her own thing to give back. And I don't want to give it away, but we really wanted people to see you can have great influence. It's whether it's on social media or with others, it's how you serve God, serve others, and do it in your community. And I want to hit on one other thing here. We really, when I was putting this movie together in pre-production, I wanted you to feel as though we broke that fourth wall.
Sweet. Oh, 360,000 followers.
Check out my new coat, guys. Don't freak, it's faux. Big photo shoot today, stay tuned. But first, coffee.
So we actually broke it so that you could actually have this moment where Liv was speaking directly to you and in the camera. And that was a choice that I made, not just that it was over to the side and she was kind of, mimicking this, but that she broke the fourth wall. And I think that's one of my favorite things to watch, is breaking that fourth wall, and people feel connected and have a better connection to her. September 15th, it is for the whole family, and we want to make sure they go on pureflix.com and stream it September 15th.